Okay, so Vandenberg. What's the anomaly there? Is actually in the water. We won't mention that. Oh, we just did. So yeah, exactly what I thought. All the upgrades except the launch pad carries over from Kennedy. So I believe that, yeah, well, that should actually still be being worked upon. Yeah, there's no KSC upgrades. I'm going to have to invest a little bit more. Aha! So here we have no ability to build anything else here. Yeah, it's definitely been upgraded. And that definitely has been. Right, I want to rename this to... Not much, I'm going to add in AFB. So Vandenberg Air Force Base. This is the military, so this is actually where Cornish would have been launched from historically. Right, let's head into the VAB. Yeah, this is misreporting the what on earth? This is telling me we're only getting 8,770 meters per second. I don't know what's going on here as far as the I wonder if it's something to do with the oh, that's weird. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If it'll let me. Come on. What's the thing about these windows? Oh, you can click right through these windows. Come on. It's 2.57 at the launch pad, which is very, very high thrust to weight ratio, but it's not anything I can actually think of doing. But even then, it's still not going to give me much away of delta V. It could be just... Well, I mean, obviously I've got to change that. So that is the umbilical tower. I'll let the umbilical tower go first, because I don't want this flipping like it did before. It keeps sort of yawing, which you don't want it doing. Just sort these out as well. So I've got one, activate engine, that's fine. Decouple. Let's fit the Communitron. My Communitron looks like it's doing it just for the single unit. So it should be doing it for both. I want both those activated. I can always turn one of them off if I want them turned off. Yeah, I'm thinking... Yeah, I think I'm going to throw these away. It's fine, it's just when the antennas come turns. I can always turn the other one if I actually need. I shouldn't really need to unless it fails. The other one fails. But the chutes. Oh, so I've got 10,137 meters per second without a chute. It seems to be okay with just a single chute opening. So I'm going to go with two chutes. I'm probably going to regret this. get through the atmosphere, not burn up, and then hit the ground. We had. So we've got 10,000. So it's something to do with the chutes. We've got 10,100 meters per second. I can't see a fairing. Although I'll keep forgetting to the fairing. The fairing needs to go. Once you're above the last line of the atmosphere, the fairing needs to go. That'll save quite a fair bit of weight. Only 18 kilos. Doesn't sound like much. Right, split these. Let's get these chutes sorted out. Let's go down. No. So altitude pre-deployment. 2.5 kilometers. I'm going to bring that down to about 1 kilometer because it seems to take quite a long time to come down. Just check this in the toggle info. No, I said this before about mill chutes. It says spare chutes here. It says 5. I have no idea what that actually means because I've had chutes rip off. I've not seen it do anything at all as far as we sort of emergency chutes. So I've never actually seen that work. It tears one off and it's got no backup chutes at all. So I don't know why it even says that. So we lost control over this because we didn't have enough avionics. I don't know exactly why I did that, how I did that. It's because when I was reshaping it, I took the heat shield off instead of including the heat shield. No, that's not it. Ah, an extra chute. I've got one chute down, haven't I? Of course. Yeah, I'm a single chute down. No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so they should all work now. Both those chutes should open at the same time. There's a little bit of a bug with the action menus. If you take them off, you gotta get a new one, a new sort of item, a new part. So 9,303 meters per second. Surely. Well, that is weird. Oh, of course, because the chutes are larger. Right. Yeah, it's because the parachutes are larger, because there's only 2 of them. But the thing is, you put 3 of them on, it'd be even further. 9,303 meters per second. Is there anything else I can shave off? I can shave one of these off. It's not much. If it'll let me. Oh, thank you. Only 3 hours later. 9,304. Nope, absolutely bugger all. Nothing extra there. It's probably his attitude jets. I'm going to change the mount to nothing. Just that's the only thing about it when you can click through these menus. Let's put us down to about 4 seconds. Yeah, I think it's probably these. They're too big. Too much. So how much are we actually having here? And that's the other thing that's awkward as well. I have to mess around like this. It's not to click on something. past 79. You're going to take me actually click on... Oh, there we go. 30... Oh no, I don't need 35 in each one. I need about 10, something like that. So there's 9,288 though. I'm going to put 10 in each one. If it'll actually let me. Can it let me? No, you're not, are you? It's going to be chunks. Yeah. It's only just to bring the launcher around to where I actually want it to be. That's the only reason why I even fitted them. But if they're going to cause problems, how on earth did that happen? If they're going to cause problems, I might as well not bother with them. Because the second stage can modify its own attitude. Come on, give me the... Select mount. That's going to appear back here, isn't it? Now 1,328 meters per second. We're still down on 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the first stage, though. I think I'm squeezing as much as I can out of this launcher, to be honest, right now. At least the engines themselves, I can't push them anymore. That's a top Modlist engine. The one I got available anyway. Can't do anything else with that either. There's absolutely nothing else I can squeeze out. So I think I'm going to have to lose the RSS on this first stage, which is a shame. Yeah, well, nothing else for it. If it's reducing the lift to that level, not the lift, but the Delta V to that level, I can't imagine it causing that, to be honest. But we'll see. I'll detach them. No. It could have been the hydrazine. I've only got one of those on now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's get on with it. Nine 9,328. 9,328. Oh, wait a minute. What if it lets me? Come on, let me have the menu. Thank you. 5 years later. Right. What if I modify and give this a larger foot at the bottom? That's a bit, I know that's a bit stupid. Now you can change the textures actually, so that's not the point, is it? Yeah. Even more unusual. Nice though. Can't change the textures, but that's not really what you want to see, is it? Do I have any sort of normal looking. Oh no. No. Yeah, that's just silly. That's not bad. A few more seconds. But even that gives me a few more seconds, still not giving me much from their extra delta V though. And that's the Soyuz adapters. That's for the top of the R7s. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose the tanks, I think. If they're going to cause that, I mean, obviously the structure of them as well. So that's the Mount Shroud 2. And that is the Delta 4. Which I don't think we've got access to Delta 4 technology yet. But, and that's absolutely massive. Skeleton. Yeah, that's really going to help, isn't it? Yeah, not really. Right. I'll just have to get rid of. Obviously, I want to get rid of that for a second, a few minutes. While I just get rid of those. Where's the? Oh, there you are. Let's get rid of the attitude jets now. I think it's probably the structure of the tanks, but if I take them any smaller, we'll go to zero mass and I could start having problems with real fuels. Spits its dummy out and says it's got no mass, so it blows the launcher to pieces. No, I want that. I don't want that. God, it's awkward. LR-79, that's all again. No, I don't. Redstone June, no, I can't. Just got the outline, just there. Is that it? Can I get hold of that? No. SSTU tank, there we go. Phew. Come on, give me them back. Thank you. God, how awkward can you get? $9,299. Well, that's not exactly added much, has it? Thank you. 3 years later. Left one on there, have I? No, that's fine. So I've got the verniers. Crikey. It's amazing how tiny little things will take away your Delta V. Right. Mount. Put the original mount back on. It's not added anything. Well, that's weird. 9,339 meters per second. That's not added any more, even though I've lost all that weight of those tanks. And those tanks at that size, there's only 1 kilo, but the fluid inside them will have weighed quite a fair bit. I'd imagine they would anyway. Oh dear me. I'm not comfortable with that under 10,000. It means you've got to be, it's really, really tight trying to get to orbit. I'm not happy with that at all. It's a lot of messing around for nothing. I've still got less than 1-to-1 TW on this Aegina stage. Yeah, I find it a bit strange that a motor will burn for 4 minutes, yet it can't push the 4 minutes worth of fuel. But I suppose it's within. I suppose it's two lots of two. It's two ignitions, so it's 2 lots of 2 minutes, I suppose. So I suppose that's what the logic is. Get rid of this. Don't need those. 9,340 meters per second. I'm just wondering if. Wait a minute. I'm just wondering if it's counting all these if it's carrying them all to orbit, and it's actually not. Because this can't, as I said before, I said plenty of times now, this is just basically a rough estimate. It doesn't calculate loss of mass very well, especially if you don't have a decoupler. Although that is decoupled. But at this stage it'll make out that it's taking all of this stage. Let's just see how much this weighs. Don't want to tell, mate. Not in that menu anyway. Yeah, so it's making I'm taking at least 100 kilos extra. Because it's not understanding that is going to be decoupled, because our decoupler is up here. So if I bring that down just for now. So I bring this down to here. 9,490. But it's still not telling you the full story, because it's still not gone. It's still not got. As far as it's concerned, this is still hasn't got a decoupler above it. So, yeah. So what is the burn limit for those? No idea. So I'll tell you what. If I'm going to do, when it lets me. This is a bit of a cheeky way of getting a bit more delta V. Fit dirty great big SRBs to this stage. Well, they didn't actually work because it's saying it's not firing, because obviously I'm firing this to the action menu. But if I bring that down to there again, 9,493 plus 100 kilos after this has been burnt out, this engages. This is then decoupled, which might lose 100 kilos as well. Which may be a bit more now. 103 kilos. Now this weighs. So I could say about. I mean, if you say 500 kilos, you're still losing a significant amount of weight when this decouples. Right, anyway. That should work. Like I said, I've got to work out to use these properly, but for now, I won't bore you to death with that. It'll just be a test platform that I put together. Just like the fuel flow test that I did. It's been a little different. So 9,152 meters per second, I don't, because I'm not lifting all that weight up. 55 days? Are you crazy? 55 days? That's because I've got no one working here, isn't it? Oh dear, mate. So 9,152 meters per second, but it won't be. It's in excess of 10,000. Well, in excess of 10,000. It better be anyway. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and build this. It's being built at VAB. VAB at Vandenberg. It's reconditioning launch pad 1. Got 55 days that. Let's head back out. I'm going to invest a little bit of money in the VAB here. Okay, so I've only got 2 build points being generated by the VAB here. So I'm going to buy. Yeah, it's 0.1 at the, yeah, so you have to build them in situ. So I'm going to bring that down by. I'm going to be launching quite a few payloads from here. Well, I plan on doing that, so that's 300,000. Going to invest. I'm going to be doing one mission at a time from here. So that should be still 28 days. I'm going to upgrade. I'll bet another 100,000. If it's under a month, it should be okay. Well, I was under a month, I suppose, but 24 days. It's 7th of June 1955. We've got to get a move on. When you like, well, this is only like it's 2.5 years in, so we're not doing too badly. So should I do another 100,000? Yes, I think I will. Another 100,000, bring it down as far as I can. It's people, it's time. Basically, it's time. I also need to go into the R&D and start researching and the next tech node. I can't remember which one I'm going to do. I did decide, but I can't remember which one I was going to do. So that's 21 days. That gives us. Well, actually, it's 0.125 over what the people at Kennedy have got to work with. So this is need reconditioning. This is for launch pad 1. Right. Towards the end of June. Wait a minute, Vandenberg just moved. Bloody, I'm pretty sure this was in the water before. That's a slight sort of bug when it comes to US Vandenberg. It's a slight bug when it comes to sort of relocating. Sometimes you can be in the water. So if you go in the VAB, come back out again, it should be corrected. It doesn't do it very often. Well, actually, it does it quite often. Okay, so it's 12 hours to. It's going to be. It's going to be pretty late in the evening, but it is middle of summer. So I think we'll still launch. Or should we? I don't know. I didn't do the... Oh, crikey, I meant to do the tech tree. Let's go into the R&D building back at Kennedy, but never mind. Okay, let's go and launch. Space Plane Hangar AKC. Space Plane Hangar KSC. So it's actually showing what's happening at KSC, but it doesn't actually show. Oh, never mind. It should actually show the list. Okay, so upgrades points under 8. That's from here. That's here. Right, I see. So it doesn't actually show it if you're actually here. Weird. I suppose little. Well, I suppose we're doing things that Realism Overhaul and RSS do things with KSP that I suppose the developers that sort of meaning it to do. So okay, let's go to Launchpad. Okay, so this is Vandenberg. Yes, he's on. No different than before. I'm going to leave the pitch just slightly later on. about 2.5 kilometres, 85 degrees, 80 degrees at 5 kilometres, 75 degrees at 7.5 kilometres, and 10 kilometres go to 70 degrees. I don't be going to 60 degrees too quickly. That's basically what happened before. Took too much Delta V out on first stage. Are you going to be going over the sea? Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Yeah, I can see why they'll prefer it for polar orbit. It's not just about your positioning north of the equator. It's also about the positioning. It's like a bit safer to launch things from even from Kennedy. So polar orbits anyway. Right, so full throttle. Just check this. Right, SSRB decouplers, fairing decoupler. I must remember to do that as well once I get above. I don't want to do that, do I? It's about here. Let's get past this line. Let's get rid of the fairing. Right, so 3, 2, 1. This was the master first stage. It's still very tight when it comes to Delta V. I think you push over too far, too early, and you got problems. And if you push it over too late, you get problems again. So it's all about balancing act, but so I'm going about 30 seconds. So about 4:04 there. 04:15, I think. No, 04:20. 04:20 on the mission timer. Don't go too early. Don't want to go too late either. But that isn't much in the way of. Yeah, that's terrible from the first stage. That is terrible. Never mind. We'll see. Okay. Ullage. And 95. Right, so if I put this, it should be only 175. So I'll put it to 176. So that is somewhere close to prograde. Okay, so I can fly any more efficiently than that. But saying that, that went quite high, 641 kilometres. It just doesn't have the TWR, the thrust to weight ratio, to keep that the apogee in front of the launch unless I pitch up. But I also waste delta V as well. Damn it. I can't really waste any, I can't really sort of lose any more weight. I could get rid of the antenna, but it only gives me one built-in antenna in the avionics package. I could do it, but... Damn. Minus 700 feet, yeah. It's because the apogee is going too high. Can't see what else I can lose except the two antennas. And I've got no control again. I've got throttle, and that's about it. Not much chance getting this back. It's complete out of contact. So I might as well head back. Another failure to reach orbit, polar orbit. But equatorial will be easy. But let's go back to the space center. Right, so this isn't going too well. Polar orbits are a lot more difficult. But it should be easier. Let's go polar up the further north you are. That's the theory anyway. So I'm going to the VAB, see what else I can shave off, see what else I can do as far as sort of getting that delta V above 10 kilometers a second, because that's what I need. So that make it a fair bit more comfortable to be able to get up. But I could also go more vertical as I was going to, but again, I pitched over too early. Let's go back into the VAB. You see, if I had the extra few seconds there, I could probably make easy orbit. I keep saying that. But it's because I had to make this stage. I didn't want to make it any taller, so I didn't want to sort of introduce problems with stability. So I made it fatter. And that stopped from using the adapter here that I was using before, which added more than nothing. It was 2 minutes and 52 seconds, so it's 7 seconds over. 2 minutes and 45 seconds is the burn time for the first stage motor. But I can't add that on now. Unless... I don't know. If I had more than 2 meters to work with in diameter, but of course right now I'm limited to that size because I'm limited on the tech. Well, I managed to do it before. I followed prograde, which meant I wasn't between 85 and 95 degrees inclination, which is 175 magnetic and 185 magnetic. Have any special tanks in that? I don't think I had any. No, they're all default. What do I actually... what's this actually grossing at? 79 tons. Well, I know that stage there, the avionics package there doesn't have enough tonnage control. It's 0.94 tons. Well, it should have. I mean, 940 kilos. I'm pretty sure it doesn't weigh more than 940 kilos. Ground mass 269.3. So why does that keep saying it avionics are locked? Oh, it's weird that. Don't get that at all. Extreme protective shell. Okay, there we go. Payload fairing. Gonna give me it this week. Oh, there we go. Thank you. No. Reduced the weight by quite a fair bit. Will I take the absolutely nothing? So that was a complete and utter waste of time. Hmm. 9,181 meters per second. Obviously, like I said, it isn't counting. It's counting this as not being burned. It's also counting as being still attached. So that's 100 kilos. But even so, it's still not enough. Nowhere near enough. I don't have any other tech. See, right now, see, Discovery 13 is actually, it's quite advanced compared to the tech I'm working with right now. And they're still burning up though. And I'll tell you, they should really be pretty well shielded. There's not really much I can do about that. Bring the blades right down to nothing. Oh, look, 100 meters per second or so. Well, we definitely have never been bad in atmosphere without any ablator. I don't want a single antenna on there because... No, I know what I can do. Antennas are important once you're down. Also, I need to decouple the heat shield. Ideally, I'd like to be able to... decouple the heat shield to save weight, but it's not too important because this seems to be okay. So what is the range on that? 100 kilometers, which is I think it's about 4 times that. Let's add 2 of these on this stage. 2 just to make it so it's get centre of gravity level and equal. Also in case one fails. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. Right, so I think I'm going to need to put on a tiny little extra tank on top of a procedural tank. I'd rather not. Have to sort the fuel flow out. Well, that's not much. Especially at a setting, sort of a nose, sorry, in the selection on the SSTUs that allowed you to sort of extend it a fair bit higher. Vertical scale. Oh. So vertical scale adds height as well as fuel. Yeah, but not that far. That's as maximum as you can add on point. So 1.0313 meters you can add on. So a few more seconds on. (9,219 meters per second). I don't think it's going to make much of a difference though. I think going vertically, about 85, 80 degrees before I pitch out to 75, but it's starting to wobble quite a lot. That's it. I think that was simply because I was pushing over too early. Maybe. So I'm going to go vertical to about 2.5 kilometers, 85 degrees. Then 5 kilometers, 80 degrees. Then hold it 80 degrees till I reach about 15 kilometers. Then, once the SRBs have gone and clear, I'll go down to 75, then 70, and so on. After 15 kilometers. It's the best I can think of for right now. I've lost all the extra weight. Hopefully the antennas are okay. Hopefully I can still sort of reach everywhere where I need to with these two and the avionics package up here. There's nothing else I can really do. It's going to save, build it, let it build, roll it out, and go to the launch pad. Okay, so I've just been back to Kennedy and I have began unlocking, researching the staged combustion tech node. I want to increase the efficiency of the engines that I'm using. Hopefully that's what will happen. It should do. It should open up more sort of versions in the config section of some of the motors. But what I've done with this, I'm building at Vandenberg now. I've gone back to the VAB. I cancelled that construction, and I've started building a new version, a slightly extended tank vertically, and I've also increased the vertical of the first stage tank with an extra procedural tank with a little bit of fuel in. So it goes to 2 minutes and 45.1 seconds. So it's 0.1 second over. Doesn't seem to add much in way of delta V, but I'm thinking because it, as I said, that end stage decoupler for the first stage, so the second powers the second stage, gives it ullage because it's not being calculated properly. So I'm hoping that's what's wrong. So 19 days. So I'm going to go back to Kennedy. I'm going to start work on the first launcher to put a communication satellite in orbit. I think it's 4,500 kilometer apoapsis. I think the minimum is 850. I shall have a quick look. First communication satellite. Yeah, 850 kilometers minimum perigee. In other words, minimum periapsis, and an apogee or an apoapsis of more than 4,500 kilometers. That should be pretty easy to do. And I won't be using this launcher. It should be capable of doing it, but especially launching equatorial. So I may have a go with this launcher. The Thor. I may try that with the Thor launcher first. But it's quite an altitude, 4,500 kilometers. But that the second stage powered with the no, it's gone. Powered by the Agena. Especially the two restart, well not two restart, the one restart, the start, the two ignitions, the start and the restart. Should be okay. Shouldn't be too bad. So I can't do that one yet. And I'm trying to get this one done. But I should do that with the going equatorial. 4,500. Minimum inclination of 35 degrees. So he wants me to go. I should be able to do that. We'll see. I also took the pointer dish out from Earth along with the remote tech contract as well. Obviously that's a remote tech contract as well, but I could definitely do that one. Point a dish out from Earth. I could definitely do that. And target it at the moon. I should be able to do that. So I'll go back to Kennedy. I have to go in there. What a boy we're doing that. I have to go into there, then go back to Kennedy.